Hey everybody, Neil Thompson, founder of Teach the Geek here. I work with technical professionals so they can present more effectively, especially in front of non-technical audiences. And you can learn more about that at teachthegeek.com. Again, that's teachthegeek.com. And as always, remember to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel as every bit helps. Recently, I went to a pitch competition and I have a bit of some feedback for the people who gave those pitches. If they're watching, well, here it is. Or at least for people who have to give pitches, here's some advice on how to make them the best they can be. I found that for a number of them, there were a lot of text on the slide. And what that does is people will read the slide and then they won't listen to the presenter. And you don't want that to be the case because it's public speaking, not public reading. You want people, it's very difficult to do both at the same time. And if you had to pick, you really want to listen. And so the way to get around that is to use less text or to have less text on a slide. So the people in the audience don't have that option to read. It's either they're going to listen or they're going to ignore you. And hopefully you're compelling enough in your messaging to have them listen, especially during a pitch competition. Another thing I noticed, at least for some of the slides of the presenters, is there wasn't enough contrast between the text and the backing of the background of the slide. So then even the text was difficult to read. I was sitting near the back of the room. So I figure even if I was at the front, because the contrast was so minimal, it was very difficult to read what words were there. And so it just was very frustrating, to say the least. If you're going to have something on the slide, make it so that it's readable. And that actually takes me to my third point. There were instances where they would have graphs and tables and charts, and they were very difficult to read. In fact, one of the posts, or one of the presenters, had their slides in non what's the opposite of landscape? The opposite of landscape is portrait. For some reason, their slides were in portrait mode, and which made it even more difficult to read the graphs that they had on their slides. And I squinted really, I tried really hard to read what was on the slides. And if it's not readable, then there's no point in having it on the slide in the first place. So those are really some of the takeaways that I had. But really, when it comes down to it, when you have slides, you want to make it so that everything is readable. You want to make sure that the text is readable so that there's enough contrast between the text and the slides. You also want to make sure that there's not too much text on a slide, so people are more likely to listen to what you have to say. And ultimately, when it comes down to pitch competitions or any presentation that you're giving live, you want to make it so that the people at the back of the room could read the slides, if if that's the point. But as I mentioned earlier, you want to have less text on a slide too, because you want people to actually listen to you as opposed to reading slides. Hopefully that's been helpful. Again, my name is Neil Thompson. I'm the founder of Teach the Geek. I work with technical professionals so they can present more effectively, especially in front of non-technical audiences. And you can learn more about that at teachthegeek.com. Again, that's teachthegeek.com. And as always, remember to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, as every bit helps. Thanks. Have a great day.